Hi there guys, welcome to the channel. We're kicking it off. Yes we are. I really do apologise for this. It looks shocking. Only thing I could find can connect my AirPods to the laptop. HP. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not brilliant. Anyway, I am Josh and I am from Racing Insider Bets. I had to remember the name. That is not brilliant start, is it? But anyway, we're here. We've started it off. Why not give it a go? That's what I've been telling myself for the past month. So I thought I'd roll the dice. You know, I've had a tipping page on Instagram for a little bit. Kind of went dry of this for a few months there. Just couldn't be bothered if I'm being completely honest. But I like the look of YouTube. I think I've got a bit to offer the community, and hopefully we can get people in the winners enclosure a bit more exposure. It's not that. So yeah, I'm here anyway. My kind of main focus for the channel is going to be looking towards sort of weekend meetings, bigger races. Yeah, I'm not going to be tipping every day. That's just not too much time for not enough really return. You're just going to be throwing balls at a dartboard, eventually going to hit bullseye. So, see, not for that. I'm doing value tips on the weekend, and we're going big odds. I'm going to not taking these sort of what most tipsters do, and these paid, all these paid groups. They just pick out fucking favourites left, right, and centre. They, evens, 15-8, 7-4. No, thank you very much. Anything that's not over 2-1 is not even in the ballpark. Anything that's not really over 3-1, I doubt I really ever put up. But unless I really, really thought it would win, it's not really value there, is there? So you need to be at least on a times in your money by 3, if you, in my opinion, to be kind of where I'm at. I like each way plays, so I'm kind of looking for bigger odds. I must admit, racing at Newbury on the Friday is a bit thin. Don't have a lot of massive prices. I've got a few value plays for win bets that I think could be really interesting. So anyway, I just thought I'd kick that off and say really appreciate your guys' time. Whoever tunes into this never sees this. And hopefully I can get you guys some winners because that's what I'm here for. That's why I dress nice. So we're up for it anyway. So as I said, I preface just then, we are looking at the races at Newbury on the Friday. There's the race meeting is over Friday and Saturday. And the card on Saturday does look alright, and I'll get a video out for that. I think hopefully for Friday probably, so it's a bit more relevant to time. But yeah, I'll get on that as well. I've definitely got a few sort of lookers there, so just waiting for final decks to come out. Don't decide that, but final decks did come out today for Newbury. So I thought this is a Wednesday, by the way. So just thought I'd get cracking. This is probably going to come up on the Thursday before, so prices might not be exactly right, but what I've got here, hopefully they kind of stay pretty similar. Anyway, just looking at the card as a whole, it's not brilliant. It's not brilliant. I mean, before final decks, it looked quite good, to be honest. But it really thinned it out final decks. A lot of withdrawals. What can you really do? I must say, hats off to Nicky Henson. He's bringing the armada here with the juveniles and the young, and he's with the novices. He's throwing the kitchen sink at Newbury, and he likes it. I know he likes the track, so. And I've heard him talking on racing TV earlier in the week, talking up a bit. So fair play to him. Hopefully, we'll see some prospects there because he's got a few. First one at 12:10. He's got King Cardine, I think, Queen's horse. Interesting to see her colours over the jumps, not the flats. But he'll probably go off favourite, odds on favourite. There's nothing there in the race. So there's 5 horses. 2 of them are donkeys, and I love. It's just not going to be really that competitive. I don't think so. Leave that. I just don't see it. There's nothing in the field there at all, really. The 12:40 then. That's a grade 2 actually, and there's a few horses in there. Nazalam is an interesting shout for Gary Moore. I think there's only 4 horses in the race though, so it's not brilliant. It's not that deep. T Clippers have, I think, probably be front of the market. Maybe I just don't. It's not a lot there. It's not really worth it in my opinion. I think that's definitely no bet. So move on. The one I do have first tip of the day. I'm going to go in chronological order today. So my nap is the last. It's the last. It is. That just happens to be the last one, but If it was in the first, I would give you it now. It's not. This is just kind of an extra play. Whether you want to have a bet on this, I'm not really going to count it as a bet I've tipped up. It's just sort of a shout that I've seen. There's a potential. You know, I might not even have a punt if I see it on the day and it's just not looking great. So, but I thought I'd just put it out there into the ether and see. You never know. So, might make someone's happy. So, you have a free bet. If I get a free bet on the weekend, I'll put it on this. And that horse is going to be Good Risk at All. He's currently 3-1 on 365. And he's a Sam Thomas trained horse, and Sam Tristan Davis is booked for the ride. He's only carrying 11 stone, 4 pounds, which is the same as Chambon, who is Nicky Henderson's sort of jewel in the crown of sort of the maiden hurdlers. Let's put it that way. He's a smart little. He's going to be smart. Let's put it. There's no two ways about it. No ducking it. He's getting all the hype, and that is why he's 2-7. So that's not really anything we want to get behind. He's a full brother to Duvan, and he's won over C&D over National Hunt Flats. So he could be pretty special. You never know. But 2-7's too short. So as I said, Good Risk at All at 3-1. He's second favourite. But he clearly showed promise, and he does show promise. I think he'll come on for to run, and training Sam Thomas has been in cracking form. You can't shake that. He knows where to put his horses. He knows what he's doing. He's definitely on the rise as a trainer. He had a bit of a socket. I think he had a bit of a quiet season or two a few years back, and now he's starting to pick up, and he's getting some good winners under his belt. He got Cheltenham Festival. Cheltenham, was it October meeting the winner before midnight? Jumped Sky Pirate out the park, then went and did it at Ascot on the Saturday, didn't he, last Saturday? Beating Sky Pirate as well, and the Moolah Gold, who unfortunately I had money on, got done down in a short head there, which is whatever. Anyway, but what I'm trying to say is that he's a class trainer. He knows what he's doing, and he can pick a race. And I think Good Risk at All just looks like it's going to be a bit of value. And the reason I say this, he's a proper prospect. He's won 2 listed, Class 1 listeds, National Hunt Flats last season. First one didn't really beat a lot. It's still Class 1 listed. It's not, it's still a race. Second one though, now this is a really important one. This is the really important one. It's over course and distance. Okay? But most importantly, he beat a horse called I Like to Move It, and he also beat a horse called Giuliano Bello, and we know what I Like to Move It has done so far this season under Sam Twiston Davis, which is ironic, but he won. What was he? He won recently at Sunday at Cheltenham in the November meeting. I was there. Put Washington to bed. I thought Washington had a bit in the tank, but still won pretty snugly, didn't he? Really, that's a grade 3. That's some franked form. Giuliano Bello again was an exciting prospect coming in. Had a good run. I think it was Cheltenham as well. So it's some pretty solid form if you look at you go over his flat days. I just think he's going to come off the run. I think potentially he could cause a proper upset. He could really rock the apple cart, and you never know. It's always worth, as I said, it's worth a free bet. So Good Risk at All in the 115. That's in the Play Ladbrokes 5-side on Football National Hunt Maiden Hurdle. It's a Class 3 over 2 miles. Bit of a mouthful, but there's potential. Just have a look, see what you think on the day. Fancy a flutter. If you're getting a bit bored, bit of cash in, never know. So then if you go to the next race, which is the 150, it's the Ladbrokes Daily Odds Boost Chase, and the reason I'm calling it that is because I can't pronounce what it's meant to be at all. The Folk Walwyn Trophy. Butchered it. Class 3, 2 miles. Pretty standard. Favourite here is Boot Hill. Now, Boot Hill did run a very tidy race in third to Soaring Glory at Ascot in, I think it was October, maybe the end of October, start of November. Yeah, it was right at the end of October. I had money on Soaring Glory that day. It was a piss up. He's a proper horse. Just going to put it out there now. I think he is a champion hurdle horse. Might be unpopular opinion, but I think he could be something pretty special. But anyway, this Boot Hill looked decent, bit raw. It was I think it was his second time out over hurdles. Thrown in at the deep end in a Class 1. I think it was a grade 3 actually. So I clearly think a lot of him. He's a Harry Fry trained, but he's 11-8, and that is not what we're here at this channel for. Not at Racing Insider Bets. We do not do 11 to 8 shots. Never, ever, ever. So, unless it's as certain as a certain thing on a certain day. So, I like the second favourite in this one. And in some bookmakers, he's a third favourite. It kind of teeters between him and Solo, and that is Mister Coffey. He's a Nicky Henderson trained horse. He was meant to run when I was at Ascot on last Friday, and Nicky pulled him out for final decks, I think on basis of the ground, by the way Nicky was talking on Racing TV, as I've already mentioned. And in some bookmakers, he's a third favourite. It kind of teeters between him and Solo, and that is Mister Coffey. He's a Nicky Henderson trained horse. He was meant to run when I was at Ascot on last Friday, and Nicky pulled him out for final decks, I think on basis of the ground, by the way Nicky was talking on Racing TV, as I've already mentioned. I liked him for that one at Ascot. I like him even more for this one at Newbury. He also had an entry into the Grade 2 at the 1240 Grade 2. And I was thinking he could be interesting. He could be a bit of a price there. You never know. And it's interesting to see they've gone for this one. He's clearly just thought, right, we'll ease him in. First time out over the big obstacles at the Falk Walwyn Trophy. Beautiful name. And yeah, they clearly think they'll give him a bit of an easier task to dip his feet in and see where he goes. And I think he could be. He looks like he's going to shape over the bigger stuff. He's got some sort of rock solid form over hurdles last season. He's won over course and distance. I'm just going to put out that I really value that as a punter. I think that's it's important. Horses with courses, all that. It's true. It rings true. I think it works. But what I'm trying to say is that he beat On to Victory. He's a very smart Alan King trained horse over the flats and and jumps. That's not terrible form. What's even better form is at Huntington. I think in 2019. I go that far back. I look at this stuff for you guys. He lost to a certain West Cork, who recently won the Greatwood, so that is even more franked form, honestly. Ridiculous. Won the Greatwood, came up the rail, I was there, right on the line, got Adagio. Broke my heart. Had money on Adagio, had money on No Ordinary Cho as well, who is going to be a proper horse this season as well. You know, couldn't pick a winner that day. He got second and thirds. They were all day long. Each way money was just rolling in, but West Cork broke my heart. But that is frank form, and he beat Mister Coffey, at Huntington that day. I think it was 6 lengths. It was closer. It was closer. It wasn't a jolly Atlas win that way. So that's some solid form. Then he also beat Favois, who gave Harry Skelton the Soundless winner on Friday at Ascot, and that's not, that was a class 3, solid enough. That was over 2 miles. He's got the distance. He's got some decent looking form on face value over hurdle. That's what I'm trying to say. His only poor run was at Newbury. And he's won, I'm just going to put this out there, he won over course and distance on the National Hunt flat. I think it was in 2019. I think it was just before he went over tried over hurdles. He won that. Wasn't a loss in the race. But he won course and distance. He also ran a course and distance last year. And he came 7th of 23. Not brilliant, but it's not nothing. Because when I read you the order, the horses that finished in front of him, you understand he wasn't beaten by any mugs. Soaring Glory won that race. Edwardstone, I think, was 3rd. Annual Invictus was 4th, and Buzz was 5th. That's about spot on as you come. Soaring Glory obviously won the Grade 3 at Ascot almost a month ago now. Looked really tidy. As I said, he's a champion hurdle horse. Edwardstone pissed it up against Stephanie Causeway, who looks half decent. Annual Invictus lost a few weeks ago, a short price, but he's still a rock solid horse. And Buzz, obviously, on the weekend looked pretty impressive, didn't he? Very, very impressive indeed. So, you can really excuse that run. I think he's obviously learnt a lot. I think the big hurdles are going to suit him, and I think Mister Coffey 4-1 Paddy Power Betfair, cracking bet there. If you can get him each way, maybe he drifts a bit with the money coming in up top for maybe Boot Hill or in behind for Solo. I think it's third or second favourite normally. If there's some kind of money that Solo's not a bad horse either, but I just think Mister Coffey, he could. I think Nicky Henderson's light it up, and I think Mister Coffey could be a proper horse, and I think Mister Coffey might end up going to win this one, and he might be the short price favourite, Boot Hill. So that is that for the 150. Oh, pardon me. Now looking further through the card, there's a 225. It's a tough one. It's a handicap. Don't really see a lot. There's a Paul Nicholls horse, Ettridge, 10-1 looks okay. I'm not going to tip it. It's just out there. I probably won't be betting on that. But I will be having a bet on the 3 o'clock, and that is the main race of the day. The Ladbrokes Long Distance Hurdle. It's a grade 2 over 3 miles and change. And it's tasty. My nap is here. It's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Get your buzzers out, because this is going to pop. I promise you. I think this is going to absolutely piss it up. I just don't see it with Paisley Park 7-4. That is disgraceful. How is he 7-4? He's forgotten. I love him. He's been a great ambassador for the sport. He ran at, what was it, Ascot last year? I think he won. He looked nice. It's nice to see him win. He's just not going to win. He's just not the same horse. He's just not. He's not a 7-4 horse for this race. He's just not. That run at Wetherby, he got beaten very fair and square. Indefatigable just looks so much better. So much better. And Indefatigable, how is Indefatigable 100-30 and Paisley Park 7-4? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. It's just hype. It's just a name. So enough of my ranting on that, because I just lay the favourite. Paisley Park 7-4 is disgraceful. We're never going to win that. I just don't. If he wins, it's a shocking start to my YouTube channel, isn't it? It is, because it's an outlandish claim that I'm putting out there. But we'll see. We'll see. I just don't see it. Paisley Park isn't going to win. Put it out there right now. Put the YouTube channel on it. Racing Insider. He's not. He's not going to win. I don't think he will. Indefatigable looks decent. He's good. She's a bit Bauer, but that race he ran at Wetherby, as I said, with Paisley in it, wasn't crazy quality of a race. It wasn't this is a proper deal. It wasn't that. It was a nice little race. He won, and I think she'll have a few more days in the sun, but I don't think it will be tomorrow. It definitely will not be tomorrow at Newbury. Not on the 3 o'clock. It's not going to be, because the horse going to win this. It's another girl. It's Miss Milner. And I love Miss Milner. I'm biased. On her at Cheltenham. Gave me cracking ride for that money that day. And 5-1 is just brilliant for me and you, because it's money, and it's hopefully free money. It's hopefully the freest money they're giving out all weekend. Miss Milner, 5-1, long distance hurdle. I think she's got it. She's got plenty in the bag. She gets the ground. She gets a trip. She gives it everything up the running. She will get there. She's always getting there. I just don't see how we're not going to get value for money in the run. I think she's always going to get there. She's off pretty sure bottom weight. She's got mare's allowance, bottom weight. Beautiful. It's not a deep race at all. I'm just going to get it up here. The race has, behind her is Thomas Darby and Liz Nagarovska, and on the blind side. Ooh. Like, Thomas Darby, okay. Was 4th in that Wetherby race. Not very strong form. Liz Nagarovska got battered at Aintree. battered by Brewing Up a Storm. I was on Brewing Up a Storm that day. Battered by Brewing Up a Storm. You know what this? I did like. I think he fluked. I think he fluked the win. I think it was a Cheltenham, wasn't it? I think he fluked that. On the blind side, it's not like Nicky Henderson's got better horses there the day. Mister Coffey. I just don't see it. Miss Milner's got to win this race. I'm just going to put it out there right now. I'll put this YouTube channel on it. I will have money in. Miss Milner, she's coming off a run at, where was it? Limerick. It was Limerick, and she bolted up there. She bolted up, and it's hard. I just can't wrap my head around the fact that she is 5-1. She should be going off probably second favourite Indefatigable, and she will beat Indefatigable. And I think Miss Milner will win. Pretty simple, hands down, easy peasy. Got a run in her. She won that last time. Before that, she ran at Cheltenham. We'll take the distance. We'll go to the ground. Has the speed. Hold up horse. We'll get there. Everything tick 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 tick. I think she's got this in the bag, and I think it will be nice. Some nice money to start off the weekend with. And so we're going to go for Miss Milner in the 3 o'clock long distance hurdle, grade 2. Piss up job, 5-1. Happy days. So anyway, the last race of the day is a 3:35. Got nothing in it. Polish could be Fergal O'Brien. He's a trainer you want to be on side. Flemcar for Emma Lavelle, maybe. Probably best just avoid. So that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you got this far. Bloody hell. You know, you've earned it. I'll chew your ear off, and hopefully we get some luck on the Friday and get in the winners enclosure. Get channel off the bat with a good little strike rate. I'll be back for the. I'll post this video and hopefully post another one for Saturday's action at Newbury and Newcastle. So really appreciate you listening in, guys. I've rambled for about 22 minutes. I'll hopefully be edited down. Absolute shocker, but anyway, yeah, really appreciate you guys' time. Please like and subscribe, as I've already said, and fingers crossed we get some winners. Miss Milner for sure, and after the day, Friday, happy days. Appreciate it, guys.